My name is Alina Carter, and I'm an ER nurse. I've spent years saving lives, pulling people back from the edge, stitching wounds, calming panic, but nothing prepared me for the night my own family tried to kill me. It started with a favor. My stepsister Emily couldn't carry a child. Endometriosis, they said. She was devastated. So my stepmother Nora showed up at my apartment one evening, eyes soft with what I thought was sincerity. "Alina, sweetheart," she said, touching my hand. "You're the only one who can help Emily. She's desperate. We're family." Family. That word always felt hollow coming from her. My dad remarried when I was 12, and Nora made it clear from day one. Emily was the golden child. I was the outsider, but I wanted to believe things had changed. I wanted to believe I mattered, so I said yes. The surrogacy process began quickly, too quickly. There were legal papers, medical appointments, endless forms. Emily barely spoke to me during the whole thing. She'd smile tightly at appointments, then leave without a word. Nora, on the other hand, was always there, hovering, watching. 3 months in, I was at their house for Sunday dinner. That's when I overheard them. I'd gone upstairs to use the bathroom. On my way back, I heard voices from my father's study, low, tense, urgent. "Once the baby's born, we transfer custody immediately," Nora said. "Emily gets the inheritance. Lucas, you need this. We all do." My father's voice, tired, defeated. "I know, I didn't think it would come to this." "Well, it has. Your father's will is ironclad. The money goes to the first biological grandchild. If Alina keeps that baby, she gets everything. We can't let that happen." I froze. My grandfather, my mom's father, had left a trust, $450,000. I knew about it vaguely, but I'd never cared. I was working, independent. I didn't need their money. But apparently, they did. I stepped into the room. "What are you talking about?" Nora spun around, her face a mask of calm. "Alina, we were just discussing logistics." "Logistics?" I repeated. "You're talking about my baby like she's a transaction." Lucas stood. "Alina, it's not like that." "Then what is it like, Dad?" He wouldn't look at me. Nora stepped forward, her voice sharp now. "You agreed to this. You signed a contract. That child is legally Emily's. I agreed to help my sister, not to hand over my daughter so you could steal an inheritance." Her eyes went cold. "Don't be naive. You're a surrogate. That's all you are." I left that night and didn't go back. I hired a lawyer. She reviewed my contract and gave me the truth. I had signed away custody, but the contract was conditional. If I refused to surrender the child, they'd have to take me to court. And family court? That could take months, maybe longer. I decided to fight. Nora called me the next day. Her voice was syrup sweet again. "Alina, let's not make this ugly. Come over. Let's talk like adults." I should have known better. I arrived at their house that evening. Emily wasn't there, just Nora and Lucas. The air felt wrong, thick, tense. My father stood by the window, hands in his pockets, staring at nothing. "Sit down," Nora said. I didn't. "Alina," she said slowly, "you need to understand something. This inheritance isn't just money. Your father made mistakes, financial mistakes. He borrowed from the trust, a lot. If we don't repay it, he goes to prison." I looked at Lucas. "You stole from Grandpa's trust?" He finally met my eyes. Shame, guilt, but no denial. "I was going to pay it back," he muttered. "I just needed time." "And now you need me to give up my child so Emily can cover your fraud?" Nora's face hardened. "You're being selfish." "I'm being a mother." "You're not a mother," she hissed. "You're a vessel, and if you won't cooperate—" She moved fast, faster than I expected. She shoved me, hard. I stumbled backward toward the stairs. My hands reached for the railing, but she grabbed my wrist and twisted. I fell. The world spun, wood, pain, impact. My body slammed into the steps once, twice, 3 times. I hit the bottom and everything went dark for a second. When I opened my eyes, I was lying on the floor, gasping. My stomach, oh God, my stomach. I pressed my hands to my belly, terror flooding through me. Nora stood at the top of the stairs, breathing hard. Lucas was frozen beside her, pale as a ghost. Lucas, she said quietly, call 911. Tell them she fell. He didn't move. Lucas! He pulled out his phone. I forced myself to sit up, every muscle screaming. You just tried to kill me. Nora's expression didn't change. You fell. You were upset. You weren't watching where you were going. I'll tell them the truth. She smiled. And who do you think they'll believe? A hysterical surrogate who's trying to steal her sister's baby? Or a concerned family trying to help? I didn't answer. I couldn't. Because I knew. She was right. The paramedics arrived. I was rushed to the hospital, my hospital. My co-workers surrounded me with care and confusion. I told them I fell. I didn't mention Nora. Not yet. The baby was okay, bruised, shaken, but okay. I was put on bed rest. And that's when I started planning. I'm an ER nurse. I know how to document injuries. I know how evidence works. So I took photos, every bruise, every scrape. I wrote down everything I remembered, the conversation, the shove, Nora's words. I recorded dates, times, witnesses. Then I called my lawyer. I need a forensic medical report, I told her, and I need it to hold up in court. She paused. Alina, are you accusing them of assault? I'm accusing them of attempted murder. 2 weeks later, I called Nora. I'll sign the papers, I said, voice flat. I'll give up custody, I just want this over. There was a pause, then, good, come to the lawyer's office, Friday, 2 p.m. Fine. I hung up. Then I called my lawyer. Set it up, I want everything recorded. I want a witness, and I want the police on standby. She hesitated. Alina, what are you doing? Getting a confession. Friday came. I walked into that lawyer's office with my head high and my phone recording in my pocket. Nora, Lucas, and Emily were already there. The lawyer, Nora's lawyer, sat behind his desk, papers ready. Alina, Nora said, smiling, I'm glad you came to your senses. I sat down. Let's get this over with. The lawyer slid the papers across the desk. This transfers all parental rights to Emily Carter. You'll have no legal claim to the child. You'll also waive any claim to the inheritance. I picked up the pen, then I set it down. Actually, I have a question. Nora's smile tightened. What? I looked at Lucas. Dad, how much did you steal from the trust? His face went white. Alina, Nora started. No, I said firmly. I want to hear it from him. Lucas looked at Nora. She gave him a sharp nod. He exhaled. About $200,000. And if the trust fund is audited, I go to prison. So this whole thing, the surrogacy, the custody transfer, the inheritance going to Emily, it's all to cover your fraud. It's to protect this family, Nora snapped. By trying to kill me? The room went silent. Nora's face twisted. You fell. You pushed me. You grabbed my wrist and shoved me down the stairs. I have the bruises. I have the medical report. And I have witnesses who heard you threaten me. Emily stood. You're lying. Am I? I pulled out my phone. Because I've been recording this whole conversation. Nora lunged across the table. Give me that. The door opened. 2 police officers stepped inside. Alina Carter, one of them said. We got your call. I stood, calm, controlled. I'd like to file charges for attempted murder, assault, conspiracy, and financial fraud. Nora's face went from shock to rage. You little... Mrs. Carter, the officer said. Please step back. Lucas sank into his chair. Emily started crying. Nora screamed threats, legal threats, custody threats. But it didn't matter. They were arrested. All 3 of them. It took months. Court hearings, depositions. Nora even tried one last move. She filed a false mental health report claiming I was unstable. But my lawyer crushed it. My medical records, my testimony, the recording, it was airtight. Lucas took a plea deal. Emily lost her inheritance. Nora got 2 years. And me? I had my daughter. I named her Grace because that's what she gave me. A chance to start over. I moved to a new city. New job. New life. I don't talk to them anymore. I don't need to. Because I learned something that night on those stairs. Family isn't blood. It's who protects you, who fights for you, who stays. And I will always stay for her. Grace is 2 now. She has my eyes and my mom's smile. Sometimes I think about what Nora said, that I was just a vessel. She was wrong. I'm a mother, and I won.